Well, welcome back to Senior Travel Adventures. I'm super excited today because with me is Bunny Carpenter, and I'm sure most of you know her. And she has just returned from a 4.5-month world cruise on Viking, and it looks amazing. So Bunny, thank you for joining me today and sharing this adventure with all of us. That's quite a long time to be gone from home.
Yes, it is, but it was enjoyable every bit of the way.
Oh, good, good. And you started in Florida and ended in London,
right.
But you went to a lot of places in between. How many countries, do you know?
How many countries? Let's see, I have to count.
Yeah, I think it must be a lot, because I'm looking at the map here, and
right.
and it's quite a bit, and that's cool. They give you a little certificate. That's neat. So we're going to show some pictures to the audience and share Bunny's adventures. So this is the Panama Canal, right?
Yes, it is, and that is amazing. I couldn't believe the engineering that went into it, and you really can't imagine how extraordinary it is until you see it. Because if you look at the picture, you can see the water, is at different levels. So in order for the boats to go through the canal, they have to open up the gates there, and then they have to lower the level of water so that the ships can go through. So I think the next picture will probably show when it's going through the canal there. And it took us about a full day.
To go through?
To actually go through.
So, I just came back from the Rhine River cruise, and we went through 13 locks, but our ship was not anywhere close to the size of this, and nor were the locks the size of that. That's crazy.
I was really amazed to hear about the engineering and how long it took actually to build the Panama Canal, because it was over 10 years.
So if it took that long, so that means that all these freighters and everything, it takes a long time to get through the Panama Canal, obviously illustrating how important the Panama Canal is to the world to be able to go through this lock. So that's cool. So let's see what we've got. That's really neat. Oh, wow, that looks cool. What's that?
Actually, it's a tree that has the trunk of it is like an elephant's tree. And I thought it was something a little extraordinary because, as you can see there, they have skeletons there. Mm-hmm. And so the natives come and put the skeletons in there for spiritual, to be able to protect their ancestries after they have passed away.
Okay.
But the tree itself, this doesn't really do it justice. The tree itself is huge.
Well, I'm just imagining if that's the size of a human skull, that tree has to be just gigantic. All right. So okay. Well, he looks cute. What's it?
I just had to take a picture of him, and this was at one of the reserves in Africa, and he was just sitting there watching us eat. Where you can get food. That's what he was looking for.
Was he out in the open, and you could?
We were sitting there eating lunch.
Okay.
And
he was right there waiting. He was having lunch with you.
He was having a great time just watching us. Yeah.
All right, and oh my, well, I don't think I'd want him. I think you would be his lunch, so tell me about him.
Well, at the reserve, they have a huge, big alligator pond, and so this was just one of them. There are hundreds, I think, in the lake.
This was in Africa, right?
This was in Africa.
Okay, all right.
And they look like...
Oh, look at them.
Zebras are one of my favorites, and they're one of my favorites to photograph, because there's such contrast.
Right, and you like to take a lot of pictures, so these are just a few of Bunny's many pictures, but they're beautiful animals. They're just so beautiful. And black and white's my favorite color combination, so I really like them. So that's very cool. Do you know how many they had? How many zebras they had?
No, and we went through 2 reserves, and one of the reserves we actually had to go around and look for the animals.
Oh, wow.
And I have to tell you about that ride, because we were in a 4x4, okay? There was 9 people. And I'm telling you, we were going up and down, and I felt like we were on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, from Disney.
Right,
searching for them. But you actually have to go and search for the animals so that you can see them.
Okay. All right.
It was a fun ride.
Yeah, I'll bet. It was like a Disneyland ride.
Yeah.
This guy looks kind of cute, but also he could probably hurt us with those horns.
Well, you have to remember these are all wild animals, and I was really happy to hear about the efforts, of Africa to try to protect the animals.
Right. There's a huge effort, I understand.
They don't get to go out and hunt them like they used to. The lions were actually in a separate section, so we couldn't go and see them.
Oh.
But there is a really big effort, to be able to
Preserve
the animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those some rhinos, they're big, right?
Huge, yes.
I can't even imagine, but I'm thinking that shrub, and I'm trying to just assess how big based on the tree. Oh my gosh, probably like bigger than a truck. Wow.
I believe they are as big as a truck, almost a small truck. Let's put it that way.
A small truck. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I like them too. Giraffes are very beautiful.
I can't help myself. I like taking pictures of giraffes. So I have lots of pictures of giraffes, and they just seem to be so calm and
we could learn something from the calmness of giraffes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So this is fairly close up. So was he was just out like you were in the truck or taking this picture?
We were in a truck, but we were at least 100 feet away.
Okay. Okay.
Because I just try to bring them up close so you could actually see the features.
Yeah, that's very good. Oh my gosh! Now I think we're in the desert of Morocco, right?
The Sahara Desert. Have you ever been to the Sahara Desert?
Not yet, but I'm going later this year.
I had to take this picture because it reminds me of a movie set when they're trying to picture, the Sahara Desert and the camels and all that sort of thing. To me, it looks like a typical oasis.
Oh my gosh, it does. That's exactly what it is. And then you see up there, and you're thinking of like Raiders of the Lost Ark, or I don't know, one of those adventure Indiana Jones movies or something.
Right.
That they're trying to get away. But there is your oasis. But it's real. But it's not just a fictional oasis.
It was real.
Yeah.
And I just took this picture so you could actually see how big the Sahara Desert is. It's huge. And we almost got lost, I have to tell you. We missed the sign, to get to the spot where we were having a party, and you'll see these in the next few pictures. Viking had actually put this whole thing together, brought the singers here, and so that we could enjoy the African music. If you can see, we were just actually we were in a park.
Okay.
Some people climbed that. I did not.
Right. Yeah.
But these were some of the entertainers, and I think on the next slide you'll probably see some of the other entertainers. And then Viking had all kinds of food waiting for us. I mean, that's one thing about this trip. Everything was provided. You didn't have to do anything but enjoy.
Yeah. Well, that looks fun. Was it warm? Was it hot there?
It was hot in this particular area. I think it was over 100 degrees.
Oh, okay.
When we went into Africa. Some of the hottest spots were in India when we were there. Okay. With the high humidity.
Oh, well, we're going on to the reef. Now we're all the way to the coral reef of Australia. Wow, okay, we've gone quite a ways from Panama to Australia now. All right.
So the coral reef is a place that I always wanted to go. And if I hadn't have gone on this world tour, let me tell you, I would have taken a special trip just to go. I mean, it's one of the biggest coral reefs in the world, and the beautiful, just beautiful. So you'll see on here they have a pontoon, and that's in the area here, right where you can scuba dive. Yes. A lot of people scuba dived. Yes.
Is that float out there, or it's
It stays there.
Okay, but
Yes.
then the boats come in.
And the boats
to it.
come in, and then we had our boat, like this boat here. It's connected to that pontoon all day. So once we go through our glass bottom tour, we get on this boat, and then you go in and you have a buffet lunch, and you wander around, and
I see people out there enjoying the sun deck and swimming. So wow. So the coral reef. I mean, I don't know how big it is, but it's like very big, a lot of miles, right?
A lot of miles. I'm trying to see here. It's. I didn't write down exactly how big it is, but it is the biggest in the world. It's the largest coral reef system on the planet, actually.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Then this was the boat where you went on the glass bottom boat.
Right, and this the bottom part of it is under the water, so that when you're looking out, you can take pictures. I felt that I couldn't take as good pictures as those that were doing the scuba diving.
That's what I was going to ask about scuba diving. So people who wanted to scuba dive could go.
Yes.
Well, thank you again for coming and being here today. I really appreciate it, and we'll be right back.